Alright, hey there everybody, welcome to WebC Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about this cool Gundam. It is the 1/100 Full Mechanics Bael. And it is a super cool Gundam. Originally it came all white with some blue accents. I decided to do this paint job, and once we get him to spin back around here for a second, we'll stop it. Alright, so we got him like this. So I decided to do this for a paint job because a really cool set of Magic the Gathering cards came out. And I just wanted to do something, like, hey, to pair up with that set of cards, so to make things look real cool and stuff and all that. So let's get into the review, shall we? Alright. Let's see, I'm sure first thing you're going to want to see is we'll start at the top, the head movement. Oh yeah, spins all the way around. As high up as he looks, as low down as he looks. He's kind of got like a very much so like a Barbie head, Next we'll do the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads have some articulation, some movement. They hide those extra vents, so that's cool. They go up and down, and there's an articulating point for them so that they can come back, so he can maneuver more. So that's cool. Then there's also a swing pivot, so it's got 2 points there, so it can either be up or down. Alright, let's push that up out of the way. Let's look at the arm right there. It's the full arm socket. Comes up. The arm has a full swivel here that does 100% swivel. And then the arm also swivels here. It comes off really easily too. I painted the whole kit. The whole kit has been painted. And the paint job is so nice. And everything just fits together so nice. So it's one of the things I wanted to showcase was the really nice paint job. Check that out. It's just so... Even the inner frame that this comes with, I definitely gave it a good paint job. Put some time into it. There is 120 hours worth of sanding, taping, painting, just to get this thing to this level of where it's at today. So I did a bunch of extra work that way. Now, like I said, the articulation is so cool right there. The head. Let's go to the waist. Now, because I knew a little better, there's a spot in here where you're actually going to want to glue. Now, you got to be careful so that you don't glue it shut. But it does still pivot and everything. It's just... I knew that it wasn't going to be very strong if you don't glue it, so I glued it to give it a little more strength. And then the legs. Legs are awesome, so let's move the arm up out of the way. So that goes up like that. Once again, everything was painted, so we'll turn the camera so you can see in there. Everything was painted, sanded. I did not do seam removal just because I don't feel like seam removal is super important. I think, yes, it's good to know how to do it and it's good to have it in your repertoire, but on every kit, no, I don't think you should have to do seam removal on every single kit. But so you are going to see some seams, like right there. But actually, it doesn't look too bad. Like it looks more like how to say it? Looks more like part of the design. So, anyways, the bending of the limbs. But what I do like about this kit is, there's no seams on the limbs of any kind. Like there's, like all the pieces just clip and make it so that you can't tell there's a seam right there. Like they did a good job on this kit for that. That's something I am appreciative of. The legs, backs and legs. Okay, so push this up. It's about as high up as that's gonna go. And then, for some reason, this leg, it bends all the way. Bends really nicely. So you have that. You have the toe dancer. And these boots are just insane. Definitely reminds me of that. I think that sixth form Barbie. Alright, so then we got that. Back here, we have the sword holders. These are pretty interesting. And yes, the swords come out, and no, the paint doesn't get damaged when I pull these out. Now, I don't want to brag too much, but we'll go ahead and talk about the paint that I used for this kit. The entire kit was painted with G paint. Every part was painted with G paint. Every layer, the fades, all of it. It was all painted with G paint. So, alright, so there's the swords. Here's the sword holder. Alright, the backpack. So these move, this moves, basically becomes wings. Oh yeah. This is what they look like from the front when I fully extend them up. But I believe they're just supposed to stay like that. Now, they also do that. I don't know why. And these wings are supposed to go out like that. I don't know exactly. Now, I've seen the cartoon, like, I've seen the anime, watched it. I don't exactly recall him using his wings a whole lot except for moving. Like, I remember them being weird thrusters. Like, they did something weird and made thrust movement weird. Anyways, yeah, it's got and so it's attached to a Barbatos backpack. Like, so the backpack looks like it could attach to Barbie. Things you just gotta watch out for is stuff like that. When this guy starts to get too into himself. So, very posable. very posable. The G paint is a really nice paint to use for the posability for quite a few reasons. I mean, like, it's just very resilient, very nice. The product quality is so good for G paint. I really am just super fascinated with it. Then like these fades and stuff that you're seeing by like my thumbs and down by the feet area, that's all just how nicely the paint just spreads and stuff. And then I took a lacquer Q-tip with lacquer thinner and just slowly brushed from the dark into the light until I got to the level I was looking for. That helps, you know, layering a little bit can help. So there's that. Let's get him back on some spinning action, huh? Make sure he's stable. So, I mean, what I spent 120 hours, every little piece and thing got sanded. There was a lot of flash everywhere on this kit. I mean, even on the armor parts, there was flash. I had to sand flash, lots and lots of flash. So if you buy this kit, just know if you plan on painting it, there's a lot of flash to sand. And I mean, like, on all the armor pieces, all the inner frame parts, like every one of these tubes, like the sections that look like tube wires and stuff, those all had a lot of flash on them, and that was problematic. Like, I couldn't just leave that like that, so I had to sit there and sand every single part, you know, 400 grit to 1000 grit, and then some parts I even used polishing grits to get them back to a nicer looking than just regular sand. So that was definitely the biggest challenge. I didn't not do any extra scribing or anything. This is just another one of those kits where I just really wanted to let the paint job speak for the kit and not do extra paneling and stuff, because I was like, you know, with the idea of what I'm already doing, the lines and stuff from the different colors add that paneling that wasn't gonna be there. Like, you know, there's no scribing or anything done. This is just tape work. So this is my whole love and concept of the build and everything is with tape work. So I hope you guys see that. It was a very fun build. It was my first full G-Paint build. First time ever using G-Paint. And I just wanted to go all crazy with it. I wanted to do the coolest that I could ever do. So I think this pretty much puts me in that area with that, where it's, wow, man, it's a great job, kudos. So yeah, that is him. The swords are matching. I know I got one pink sitting, one pink blade out, one blue blade out. I like it that way. This is kind of like the you know, somebody just recently asked me, Weird Beard, this is for you. What makes this Gundam so special is if you pay close attention, it's not symmetrical. The Gundam is actually asymmetrical, and there's only a few parts that give it away, but that's the few parts that make it asymmetrical. So if we stop it, I'll show you. Right here on the feet, I didn't put a cross line with the pink to match up with the blue on this side. So let's look at the foot up close. Do you see that? And now it's the opposite side on this side. So it's mirroring, but it's asymmetrical. So this doesn't mirror itself, it mirrors a counterpart. And it kind of goes that way all the way up. You'll get to other sections and you'll see some pieces that make it more asymmetrical instead of symmetrical. It's mirrored is what I like to call it, but the other perm. So makes it look really cool when you're looking at it in its own reflection and stuff, like right there. That makes it look like a really cool piece. And then, I mean, I'm just super happy to be able to tell you that, like, it's a we're fully operating, you know. It's a fully working kit, you guys. It's like, feet are well painted. The swords don't even, like, it's so well painted that the swords don't even stick when you put them into the hands. Like, they're very flimsy. And look, I'm jerking it around. And stuff. See the close up of that, right? Smooth that out of the way. No scratching. I've pulled this in and out of the sheath things a few times as well, just to check that, just to see if we get any kind of abuse on the part, because, like, you know, you're supposed to at least line it up here so it gets a slide in abuse and then it gets slide down abuse, right? So let's do that. Put it back up here, slide it in, slide it out. Okay, push it down, push it in. All right. So I'm still not seeing any damage. No damage. So it's pretty good. No damage. And they go up there like that. That's where I like them to go. The same thing with this one. Like, you know, no damage has come to it. You just put that joker in his home. Another thing that's awesome is the hand joint. I actually like that hand joint. It's a really cool hand joint. So think about that on future builds guides. Maybe we could use that. That's cool. I have seen some with it like up in here more. It's okay that way, but this one is like out there and it really gives the kid some expression. Like look at that. You really get those good Michael Jackson poses. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stop till you get it now. Alright, so kits and everything like that. Why is it? So that's the only thing that bothers me. Is I painted it and it's still loose. So let's go ahead. Gonna end this video. We're up to 20 minutes, man. I don't really have much more to say. I mean, I'm not gonna spend 120 minutes just because I spent 120 hours building it. You know, we're done. We've talked about it.